Hello and welcome back to the podcast, to the Simply Street English podcast. My name is Jake. I'm your host for the podcast and I wish you a very, very warm welcome. So, if you're here to practice English, I must remember to speak a little bit more slowly than normal. If you're here and you already know English, why not? Why not stick? Well, you're free to stay. Anyway, the point is, I'm going to be speaking today about your morning routine, mostly about health benefits to do with having a good start to the day. But before we start, just want to thank two more patrons who've just joined, Adri and Kira. So thank you very, very much to both of you for joining. Welcome. We're now up to 7, which is so cool. So Kira, you're welcome here, and Adri, I think I'm going to try bienvenida. You're welcome as well. So, let's get on with the podcast. Oh, yeah, of course. Obviously, if you want to join, it's patreon.com/Simply Street English. So let's, obviously, just to mention, you do get the full transcript and, yeah, there's more fun things on the way. But there you go. So let's get on with the podcast. Today, as I said before, talking about your morning routines. So settle in, grab a drink, coffee, whatever you like, and let's listen to some English. Just me talking about morning routines. Let's go. So, morning routines are really important. Your morning routine sets you up for the day, and it gets you in the best mindset and the best mode to enjoy your life and crack on with all the different things you need to do, all the responsibilities you have, all of the things you need to get done. All right, so I'm going to be mentioning a few quick studies, not massively in depth, but just studies, for example, saying that a good morning routine can boost your productivity, your mental health, and also your energy levels. For example, Harvard Business Review in 2020 mentions all these good things. So perhaps if you listen to the podcast, you'll be able to add a thing or two to your morning routines. You've probably already heard a lot of these, but it's all good to listen to them again to boost your vocabulary, especially if this is the first time that you're listening to these things in English. So let's go with number 1, the power of waking up at the same time. So maybe you've got an alarm, but maybe you haven't. I think if we were all allowed to wake up when we needed to, we'd be allowed, or when we wanted to, we'd probably naturally just go to bed at a normal time and just naturally wake up at the same time, because our bodies kind of want to. So you will have to work around your job, etc., and the things you have to do. So what can you do? Well, to wake up at the same time, firstly, why it's important: it helps to regulate your circadian rhythm. That's a nice fancy word, fancy phrase. Improves your sleep quality as well, because your body gets used to it, and this is both according to the National Sleep Foundation. That sounds like a fun job. Maybe they get to sleep a lot for their work. What the research says: so people that have consistent wake up times generally have lower stress levels and better cognitive function. Cognitive function means that your brain works better. So essentially, you can think more clearly, you can get on with your tasks better, you've got better cognitive function, or better brain function, let's say. So some tips you can take away from this to start waking up at the same time is you can adjust your wake up time by 15-minute increments. So instead of waking up at 6 o'clock every day, if you're not used to it, if you wake up 2 hours earlier, try just 15 minutes earlier instead of a whole 2 hours. So let's say 7:15 instead of 8, and then 7:30. Try it over a couple of weeks, probably, because you ain't going to get used to it in like 3 days, are you? Natural light exposure will also help as well. So I actually have a sunrise alarm that I use every day. It's called a Lumi, and in the winter it's a godsend. It's amazing. It's like waking up to the sun in the middle of winter. I definitely recommend getting one of those. a natural light exposure or a natural light alarm. Right, moving on, otherwise this is going to be a very long podcast. Number 2, hydration. The first thing you should do after waking up, right? After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is probably, most likely, a little bit dehydrated. So there's not much hydration going on in the body. So the research says, right, according to the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, that drinking water in the morning boosts your metabolism by 24 to 30% for 90 minutes. That's great fun. It just means it gets your body going, gets your metabolism going, and we like that. What I do is I have a glass of water just by my bed and just down it in the morning. Yeah, so when you get a drink, that's actually a fun phrase, down it. It just means to drink, but to drink quickly. So, you know, you can do it with pints, you can do it with beer, whatever you drink, down it, down it. So yeah, in the morning, the first thing I do is, you can also say neck. I neck it. I neck a, you know, like your neck that's attached to your head. I neck a glass of water first thing in the morning. That is to say, I drink it. Right, so I do this as well. I just feel like it gets me, like, I feel thirsty when I wake up, so it's just good, right? Have whatever you want. Your water, lemon water, I don't mess about with that. But you could, or herbal tea if you can do that too. I actually also have a clock which makes coffee in the mornings, wakes me up with the smell of coffee, but because that's a bit of a faff to set up, I haven't been using it for a while. I need to use it again because it's really cool. Anyway, drink your water, okay? Number 3, get moving. So you can stretch, you could walk, you could do a little bit of exercise, whatever it is. Some people like to properly train in the mornings. I used to. I don't have time anymore. I have to leave the house quite early. So I like to just walk to the kitchen and make coffee. That's my movement, right? But it's probably a good idea for you to do some proper exercise, right? Because it increases endorphins, reduces cortisol or like stress, right? So that according to the Brunel University, morning workouts improve your mood and increase your focus by 12%. I don't know how they come up with these numbers, but 12% sounds pretty good, okay? So maybe even just 10 minutes of stretching can improve your flexibility and blood circulation, according to the Mayo Clinic. I think that's in America. They're probably, most of them are in the States, aren't they? Anyway, doing a little bit of movement just gets you up and going and your body just ready for the day. And I think if you raise your blood, as in your heart rate a little bit as well, just helps to give you more energy. I know that when I come home, I like to go for a run. I like to work out then because I can feel like I'm really sleepy and tired. And then when I work out, it gets my blood level, my blood pumping around my body faster. And I feel more awake and energized when I've finished. So it's the same kind of thing there. You can just do it in the morning. So bit of stretching. You can get your natural sunlight as well, like I mentioned, getting some, actually did I mention the sunlight? Don't think I did, but you can go out and get some natural sunlight if you're going to run outside or just even going to the gym. Does not work in winter, of course, because it's dark out there for most of, well, people in the northern hemisphere at least anyway. Let's have a look. Yeah, movement, high intensity workouts, right? They're good, but if you ain't a morning person or you ain't got time, that ain't gonna happen. You got to do what works for you. Number 4, nutritional breakfast. Okay, the way that I do this though, I have a protein powder like every day for like breakfast at like between 6 and 7. I have my breakfast at 10. Like every day I have it at 10. And that just keeps me going till lunchtime. So, you know, I think just have a snack with protein, not proper breakfast. I would have my breakfast around 10, even 11. Like, it just keeps you going through the day. But if you have to eat something, I'd say eat something protein rich. Like, yeah, the protein shake is really just too easy. I'm going to have to switch it to eggs though when I run out, because I don't think it's a good idea to just have protein for breakfast. Anyway, let's talk about why you should have some fuel anyway, whatever you have. You need some energy. It regulates your blood sugar and prevents mid-morning crashes. You don't want to crash mid-morning. Where you crash, right? It's like not a car crash, where you hit something. A crash in this sense is where you just start feeling tired, in like a slump. You just feel really you're crashing. Okay, you don't want that. Mid-afternoon crashes is what I used to have when I worked in an office. Now I'm coming home in the mid-afternoon, so I don't get mid-afternoon crashes anymore. Happy days. So what does the research say about what you should eat? If you have protein-rich breakfast, yes, I knew it. Sorry. Anyway, I've read it before probably. Protein-rich breakfasts, right? If you eat them, you'll feel fuller for longer. You'll also eat fewer calories later in the day. That's according to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. So they must know a thing or two about that. Some healthy options for you. Oatmeal with fruit and nuts. Oatmeal is porridge in the UK. I don't know why it says oatmeal. I must be reading some American stuff. That's fine. Oatmeal is the same thing. Porridge with fruit and nuts, or granola. Granola's nice. Watch out that you don't have too much sugar in it. You could make your own actually, because a lot of the box stuff you buy has lots of sugar. I might as well explain what I just said. Bare can mean very little, but it can also mean a lot. Depending on the context. So I'm sorry about that one. Eggs and whole grain toast. Just making me hungry now. They're both really good for you. Greek yogurt, honey, seeds. Not too many seeds and nuts though, because they're good, but there's lots of fat content in them. Smoothies. Oh man, I like smoothies in the summer. This is making me very hungry. I actually have overnight oats every single day. I make them at the night time. So you put some oats and milk, banana, fruit, other summer fruits like strawberries or blueberries, things like that, raspberries, some flaxseed, and what else, man? Chia seeds and a bit of yogurt, and have that for breakfast every single day. Also means that I do not have to think about, what am I going to have for breakfast, what am I going to eat. It's fine. Every day at 10 a.m. I know what I'm eating. I'm having my overnight oats, and it lasts me for the rest of the morning until lunchtime, and I don't snack as well. There's no need. You eat well, you don't need to snack. But chocolate is my weakness. Anyway, moving on. Number 5. Okay, this says mindfulness, right? But it depends whatever you want to call this. Just a bit of time for yourself, for your brain. A little bit of time for your thoughts, okay? Just you can think about what you're going to do for that day. Be thankful for everything you have, because waking up, that's a blessing, okay? Enjoy it. This is a good time to pray if you do that. Sit there and be thankful. Whatever you need to do. I need to do this more. I need to pray more and just take time to be thankful. And so this is actually quite challenging. I'm glad to be reminded of this. And good time to also read. If you've got a little devotional or whatever you read, don't read the news. Please don't read the news. That ain't healthy for you. But read something that's going to help you. Read something that you're going to enjoy. I like to read a little Bible reading, and maybe something out of a book, like a little book that I like. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Something that's going to make you appreciate what you have, okay? Just a little bit. I like a little bit of a read in the mornings. It's a very little read. It's not a long read. Little read. Big read comes in the nighttime, hopefully. Anyway, why have you got to take a little bit of time to be still? It helps to reduce stress, improve your focus. Focus is definitely not how you say that word. Let me try again. It helps to improve your focus and start the day with intention. I think I was reading a little bit further ahead in my notes, so I started pronouncing a different word. Anyway, it happens. Don't worry about it. If you say a word wrong in English, you can just keep going. So, reduce stress, improve focus, and start the day with intention. So what does that mean, intention? Like you want to do things, you want to get things done, okay? Some of the research-backed benefits include, 5 to 10 minutes of meditation, whatever that means to you or them, the people that did this study. It can increase the grey matter in the brain. That sounds nice. Linked to memory and decision making. It's because I was reading Harvard, and secondly, I was trying to read both at once. That's according to the Harvard Medical School. improves your memory and decision making skills. I don't think that's not a coincidence that stopping being still actually improves your brain. It's like we were designed for that kind of thing, you know? So journaling as well is something you can do. It doesn't have to be first thing in the morning, but perhaps that's a good time to write things down that you're happy, grateful for, or things you want to achieve, plan something. All good, whatever you want to do. Number 6, limit your screen time. Do not check your phone first thing in the morning. The problem with doing that is, looking at notifications can trigger stress and distract you. It can trigger distractions that you just do not need. Or if you're looking at news, it can make you worried. You don't need to be distracted first thing in the morning. For example, here's a study, right, from the University of Gothenburg. I don't know how to say that in English, but Gothenburg is in Sweden. I think it's probably pronounced as well Göteborg in Swedish, I think. Anyway, I digress. People who avoid screens for the first 30 minutes of the day report lower anxiety levels. This makes complete sense to me because, you just need space to think and get on with the first few tasks of the day, like making coffee and working out, whatever you need to do. I personally keep my phone in my room in case I need it, but not in my bed. I have to get up to turn it off if it goes off. I don't use it as an alarm actually, but I do not use it in bed. Like, that is a rule. Don't use your phone in bed because you could just sit there for hours, especially not first thing in the morning. Do not reach for your phone first thing in the morning. If you're doing that now, please stop. Your brain will thank you. Try something else. If you want to sit there or lie there for a bit, read a book a little bit. That's where you could do your journaling. You could listen to a podcast like Simply Street English. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do anything that gets you onto your phone. Don't even listen to the podcast first thing in the morning because you might be tempted to click on something else. Read a book or do your meditations or whatever. Just don't look at your screen. If you're a shower person, number 7, you could have a cold or a hot shower in the morning. There's benefits to both. I don't have time usually in the mornings, but in the summer I do love a good cold shower, if it's really hot especially. Cold showers are great to increase your alertness. They activate the nervous system. They reduce muscle soreness and boost immunity, according to a study from the Netherlands in 2016. I ain't got any more info on that, but that's what they say. Hot showers help to relax your muscles and reduce cortisol levels. So if you're feeling stressed, I can attest to this. If I come home stressed, I have a hot shower or a hot bath and it feels nice. It also promotes better blood circulation, because you have vasodilation of the blood vessels. That's where they do the opposite of constrict. I can't remember the word for it now. Expand, maybe? Anyway, it improves your blood circulation. So what you can try is like a contrast shower, which is hot to cold. I wouldn't recommend that. It's going from extremes because that can be a little bit dangerous. I've heard that if you down ice water when you're super hot in the middle of summer, it can actually stop your heart, so don't do that. It's going from one extreme to another. Your body doesn't like it. But you can contrast hot-cold showers if you go into it slowly, I would say. Anyway, this is not medical advice. Don't, do your research first. Don't listen to me about medical stuff. Number 8. You just need to, this is literally it. You just need to create a routine that works for you. If you see what someone does on the internet and you take this part from it, that part from it, and you like it, you can do whatever makes you feel good or helps you to improve your daily kind of routine. It's just about being consistent with it so that you get to a point where you don't have to think about it. For example, I know what I'm having for breakfast, so I know that I need to make it the night before. To be fair though, that's evening routine, which we can come to another time. Tips for sticking with or making a routine. Right, start small, so focus on just one thing at a new time. Don't try and do it all at once because you might just overwhelm your brain. Try pairing your habits together, so drinking water while journaling or reading straight after. You could stretch and read, maybe. I don't know if you're stretching just your legs, but perhaps doing some quiet time after journaling. You can probably just combine drinking water with any of them, really, but whatever you need to do. You could even track your progress. For me, that just feels like, man, that's another thing to do. I don't like having to track stuff. You could probably find an app that does it for you, but anyway, in conclusion, you need to remember all the main things, okay? Wake up at the same time. Drink water. Move about a bit. Have a nutritious breakfast. Bit of quiet time. Limit your screen time totally. Have a hot or cold shower. And that's it, really. Number 8 doesn't really count. It just says creating a routine that works for you. I don't think that counts as a thing in itself. But there you go. You could write a little bit every week on how it's going for you if you do some journaling. If that's part of your routine already. But for me, I can't be bothered to track my morning routine. That's just another thing to do. Anyway, if you give just 1 or 2 of these things a try, I'm sure you're going to have a really good morning routine. It's time for me to stop talking now, I think. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a really good day, whatever you're up to, and that you've had a good morning routine, or if you're about to have one, go and smash it, go and enjoy. Feel free to leave a comment wherever you're listening to, if it's on Spotify, YouTube, or on Patreon. Love to hear your comments. Have a great day. Check out the transcript if you need it, and we'll see you. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks, and bye bye.